Starting Monday, this is the way to get into a restaurant, gym, theater, and most indoor venues as Alberta switches to a scannable QR code vaccine passport. Not all Albertans are pleased with the restrictions exemption program. Monday morning, several dozen protesters gathered outside Prime Minister Justin Trudeau's media availability in downtown Edmonton, with many holding signs disagreeing with the program. But despite the protest of some, those in Canada's restaurant industry are welcoming Alberta's QR code, saying it puts the province in step with the rest of the country and hoping it can eventually lead to an easing of other restrictions.
For example, we've had a lot of members, Darcy, are saying, well, look, if our staff are all vaccinated and all of our people are vaccinated in our REP establishment, why do we still have to wear masks?
Vice President of Restaurants Canada, Mark Von Schelwitz, tells me that although mask use isn't the biggest problem ever, restaurateurs across the country are hoping increased vaccine uptake and a restriction exemption program will hopefully allow patrons to ditch the masks for good.
You know, we want to welcome back as many guests as we can, and we want to make their experiences as comfortable and as pleasurable as possible.
Von Schelwitz is hopeful the QR code will inspire consumer confidence, saying it's been a rough quarter for owners in terms of sales and revenue costs as federal wage subsidies end and the industry facing a labor shortage. Adding, the restriction exemption program does impact some more than others. It's hard on rural restaurants where vaccine uptake is low.
I think the big one, and especially because the proof of a vaccination has to be at the entrance, it's fine if you've got a host or a hostess on duty, but a lot of restaurants and a lot of establishments don't have that.
While those in the industry are hopeful restrictions can be eased soon, Von Schelwitz is calling on the government for increased support.
70% of our members that were relying on that support, that it isn't there anymore. And they were just barely breaking even before those supports were, even with those supports in place.
Restaurants looking to get rid of masks are up against a provincial masking order as well as city bylaws in both Edmonton and Calgary. In Edmonton, Darcy Ropchan, City News.